Hey folks, we just got done riding BMW's 2024 R1300 GS and R1300 GS Trophy Edition. These are BMW Motorrad's top of the range adventure touring bikes for all those motorcyclists out there who want to conquer all roads, whether that's on-road or off-road. Now, BMW's GS series adventure bikes, they have a long history. BMW originally introduced this model to the US market in the 1981 model year with its GSR80. Fast forward 43 years and we have this 2024 R1300 GS. Let's start with the engine. This vehicle is powered by BMW's legendary 1300cc Boxer twin engine. BMW Motorrad has been manufacturing this engine configuration for over a century in Germany. Now, this particular engine displaces 1300 cc's. It has more radical bore stroke measurements versus its predecessor, the R1250 GS. Now, specifically, the bore on this engine is a lot bigger. If you can even believe it, the diameter of the pistons in this engine measures over 4 inches. This bike literally has 2 coffee can pistons strumming and giving it crazy amounts of power. BMW Motorrad says that this engine is good for 145 horsepower at the crank, but we expect right around 123 ponies at the business end of the 17-inch Metzler tire. Now, this R1300 GS continues to roll on BMW's signature wheel combo, 19-inch front and 17-inch rear wheel size. Now, in the modern ADV world, a lot of manufacturers are using 21 18-inch wheel setups, but BMW Motorrad has near perfected its 19-17 combo. You'd be amazed how capable this vehicle is, not only on the road, but off of it as well. Now, BMW's done some really nice modifications to its telelever and paralever rear suspensions. Now, telelever is really neat because it actually separates the steering and the damping functions of the front suspension. It allows this 523-pound motorcycle to be extremely light and extremely agile with wheels spinning. It also gives really favorable damping response, whether you're riding on broken, beat-up pavement or you're riding on smooth ribbons of asphalt carving turns. Now, as usual, this motorcycle also has BMW's signature paralever rear suspension. Now, what that does is it combines suspension and rear power delivery duties into one combination setup. It works really well. You'd be amazed at how well this motorcycle just rides over bumps. If you're looking for a motorcycle that just delivers you to where you want to go in an extreme level of comfort, this R1300 GS will do that. Yet at the same time, when you're riding this bike off-road, this motorcycle feels like you're riding a big 450cc dirt bike. The ergonomics are right where you want them to be. The motorcycle is easy to squeeze with your legs. The handlebar is nice and wide and upright, and it's a very easy motorcycle to operate in difficult conditions. Now, in this particular press introduction, we didn't really ride anything too gnarly. It was pretty PG off-road terrain, but this motorcycle is very capable of taking you off the beaten path and taking you places where you'd think you'd need a 450cc dirt bike. So good job, BMW. We are really glad that you're paying attention to the details and offering a motorcycle that is so versatile. Now, in terms of electronics, as usual, this R1300 GS has all the bells and whistles. It's got heated grips, heated seat, cruise control, adaptive cruise control. There's actually radar mounted in the front of the vehicle, which sends out radar rays to the object in front of you and is able to calculate the distance between your motorcycle and the vehicle in front of you, and it's actually able to pace those vehicles just like a new car would. That same radar hardware also powers a setup where this vehicle has front-end collision mitigation. So let's say you're following a vehicle in front of you and all of a sudden the vehicle deaccelerates suddenly. Well, the BMW R1300 GS has logic inside where it'll actually apply the brakes for you to help mitigate a collision. Now, it's not a fail-safe for preventing accidents, but it's just one level of technology to help riders stay safe on the road, because you never know what life's going to bring you when you're out on the road. Maintenance wise, these BMW Motorrad R1300 GSs are built tough. Now, after the initial 750 mile service, this particular motorcycle goes 6,000 miles between engine oil changes and oil filter changes. And it goes 12,000 miles every time you have to change the fluid inside that drive shaft. Valve adjustment intervals also at 12,000 miles, so you know when you buy a BMW Motorrad vehicle, it's going to be there for the distance. Overall, there's a lot to like about BMW's 2024 R1300 GS. Realistically, they didn't reinvent the wheel on this bike. The engine is smoother, it has less vibration, it's more powerful, yet it still gets over 40 miles per gallon, if you can even believe it. I can't believe how good of fuel mileage this bike gets and still has that kind of power and engine charisma and character. Overall, if you're looking for a very, very capable and versatile adventure touring bike, I think this R1300 GS is going to check a lot of boxes for you. It's fast, it's comfortable, it's smooth, it's built in such a way. Few motorcycle manufacturers manufacture quality motorcycles like BMW and its R1300 GS, and it stands behind it with a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty in the Americas with roadside assistance. Well, folks, that wraps up our official review of BMW's R1300 GS. As usual, make sure to surf on over to motorcyclistonline.com. That's where all of our written content comes to life. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs it down if you didn't, because we'd love to hear from the naysayers, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for riding with us.